Welcome to episode 1 of Ask the Boss.
So exciting!
We are so excited to be here, and let's cue the music. Hi, I'm Dot from The Faffing Nest. We recently bought a house that my dad told me not to buy, but we bought it anyway, and we're showing how it's done.
Hi, I'm Heather from Built in Pink. Me and my sister bought a flat at auction and we've been renovating it ourselves to save some money.
And I'm Meg from Kingscroft Home, and we saved our house from developers. It almost got knocked down, and that's so sad, so I'm really happy that we saved it. So, this is going to be a thing in the beginning of the podcast, and of course, the boys started with Rosé Prosecco.
Good
So
choice,
we have
boys.
2 amazing people behind the camera, and they have bought us the first drink of the podcast, and of course it had to be this, but I'm going to give it to Heather because this is her life.
Not the drinking part.
No, she doesn't actually drink anything, very rarely.
As I would say at home with Anya, this is BIP approved, BIP approved, BIP approved, Built in Pink approved because it's pink. BIP approved.
BIP approved.
Cute.
Anything that we see that's like pink or girly, I say BIP approved.
Love it.
You need to get that on a stamp.
Yeah.
And then I can stamp things, BIP approved.
I love
Obviously
that.
a pink stamp.
I immediately want something for like
Faff approved.
faff approved, but problem is faff is
Faff means wank, doesn't it?
It means wanking up north, yeah.
What did you call it the other day? Having sex with yourself.
Having sex with
That
yourself.
threw me off. I've never
Yeah.
heard that before. That really baffled
It's
me.
true though, right? Like, okay, anyway, that's not what this
Kingscroft Home
podcast is
doesn't
about.
really have a ring to it. I haven't, like, what's KCH? That's not quite the same, is it? Hey! So, because the boys planned this, the Prosecco glasses we have 2 minutes
highball
away.
glasses today.
We have
I
these
see what you
instead.
mean about it not mixing with chai in my...
Definitely.
I literally just can't. Do you know what I mean? That's like a normal 125 ml
Thanks.
measure. If I just kept going, you'd have literally half pint of Prosecco.
I
And
don't
unlike
mind.
most...
And Dot says, what's the issue with that? Why can't I have
I know, I was saying I'm driving. Thank you, boys.
Well, thank you very
Chin-chins.
much, lads.
Cheers.
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 All right, so we need to go into why we chose the name Ask the Boss. Originally, we were going to call it Grapes and Grout, which is actually Dot's brainchild. I don't know if with the help of ChatGPT or not.
ChatGPT did help
Yeah,
a little bit.
so AI is quite a big part of Dot's life and mine, but definitely your life. But it was originally Grapes and Grout, which is wine and grouting, like tile grouting. We are DIY girlies. But when we had our little meeting about the podcast, the boys went away and they had done all the branding and really had gone into town to it. And then within 5 minutes, we had changed the name because we all decided that whenever we're on site, we don't actually get spoken to as default by tradies.
Meg, why don't you tell us the exact story?
The exact story.
The exact story that Miles flippantly told us when we all had that brain moment where we said, that's it.
So I think it was you, Heather, that was chatting away about something about this, about like being out and about and people just assuming that you're just helping your parents out or something. And Miles said that whenever he is in the house and we've got someone round quoting, that he was telling the story about a random tradie coming over, giving us a quote. There's no harm done by this. It's just very innate to a lot of these people. And although I'm the one who booked them, I'm the one who's asking the questions, and I'm the one who clearly knows anything about the job of what we want, they'll still only look at Miles and they'll ask him the questions and they'll ask everything about the project. And he's like, I don't know. Ask the boss. So that is where it came from.
And I think what really struck with us when we heard that was the fact that we have both had that exact same experience.
happen.
Because
every
we
day.
are the ones that project manage. We ask the questions. We have to do the research. We know what's going on. We know how much things are costing. We know what order we have to do them in. And that's all based on not prior knowledge. Trust me. It's based on either learning it, finding it on social media, or in some cases just giving it a go and seeing if it's going to work out.
And even though I bought a house with my sister, there's no fiance, there's no boyfriend involved, somehow it will find its way to rear its ugly head in my life. Because when I'm renovating day to day, when we've got tradespeople coming in and out the house, there is no man there to talk to over me. But obviously when you interact with people, so we've been into many a DIY shop and had the same experience. So we were once in a shop and I went up to the register to buy the stuff and I was wearing my overalls covered in paint and grout and pretty much anything DIY related. And then my ex-boyfriend was with me and he was wearing a completely clean brand new North Face jacket, his lovely jeans, some nice smart shoes, and then like a t-shirt, shirt, but like completely clean. And no matter the context clues staring them in the face, they said to my boyfriend, isn't it so nice you've got a little helper today? About me.
Did they actually say that? I don't think I knew that.
A little helper, yeah.
A little helper. I bet you wanted to like claw their eyes out.
I was the one stood in front of them, like holding the stuff with the card, and my ex-boyfriend was like stood behind me to the side, out of shot. And they were like...
Out of shot, like, not in the camera.
Went to the extent of saying to him, oh, this is so good. Aren't you so glad you've got your little helper today?
Oh, it makes me feel sick.
I know. And he was like, well, actually, I'm helping her. And they kind of brushed it off and moved on. But that's like one of pretty much, I don't know, 4 or 5 times in the same place that we've had the same thing happen. I was there, no one, just me. And you'd think, okay, someone has come to buy something wearing pink overalls and covered in stuff. Obviously, she's probably buying some DIY stuff for herself. No. They said, are you helping mum and dad with some painting?
I hate that one. I had one many years ago, and bear in mind, I did a design degree. I did a product design degree, like physical product. And for my placement year, there were lots of different jobs that I could have done. I ended up working in the like sourcing furniture industry, which was more project management, definitely more suited to me. But I did go and do a interview for a big name bathroom company that I've seen on Instagram recently, and it makes my skin crawl. It's not the company's fault, but there was one person who interviewed me, and I was there with my portfolio talking about it all, going through it, and they were like, you need to come to trade shows with us to help us put up it's not sets, but you know, like the show basically. Like, are you good at DIY? And at this point I had been in workshops for 3 months building stuff like for my prototypes, and I was like, no, I'm fairly competent at this, like show me exactly what you want, but yeah I can do that. And they went, oh, so you're actually good at DIY, or were you just handing your dad the screwdriver? And I literally was livid. I kept it together and then like shook their hand and left, and then like cried my eyes out in the car. But ever since then I vowed against ever using them, and I see them all over Instagram now, and I'm like,
there's just like absolutely like there's just no need. It's like with your story and mine, you were in a position of experience going for a job that you had the qualifications to do. Why is there any presumption other than that is something that you're qualified to do?
Yeah.
And then with me, I don't understand the kind of like the lack of understanding of what you're seeing. They
would have never asked that if I had been a man in the same seat.
No, and imagine if they'd said to my boyfriend wearing overalls, said to me, "Oh, aren't you great? You've got a little helper." It just never ever would work in the reverse.
No, absolutely not.
I can never see it happening.
What's your story, Dot? You must have one.
I definitely have it where when people come to my house after I have called them or emailed them asking them to come, if Steph is there, they're like, all right, mate, all right, yeah, what's going on here? And I'm a bit like, hi.
Steph has no idea.
God, no.
It's me.
Yeah, he wouldn't even know what a rail plug is. But when I do go into, kudos for not actually saying the brand name, by the way, store, I am wearing kind of similar get up, which if you haven't already realised, we're wearing our actual DIY clothes.
Yep.
For today's episode.
I haven't started the DIY bit yet, hence why mine are like really clean.
It's nice and covered by the cushions.
Well, yes, under the cushion it's
it's an absolute
I've got so much cool
we did try your best to put some paint on it the other day.
You actually tried.
You
actually tried and you avoided. And by the way, I am not going to wear these next time because I'm boiling hot. But anyway, I've not really had that problem. I've not really walked into any of these stores and had someone. My worst is that I go to like the trade counter and they just assume I couldn't possibly be trade, which, you know, fair enough. But
why is that fair enough?
I'm not saying fair enough like that they shouldn't guess, but I'm actually not trade. Okay. I actually don't have a trade card.
Oh, okay.
But if I did, I'd be like...
But would they question it if you were the same situation?
Probably.
If you're a man?
Probably, but I'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that we're young. And I've always had the issue that I look young. So I'm 25. When I was 23, I got ID to put petrol in my car. Like I went up to the desk to get petrol. And when I like fussed around being like, okay, yeah, sorry, let me get my ID, 1 second. She got arsey with me and she was like, you have to be 16 to buy petrol. And I was like, okay, I'm 23. So it's like a regular occurrence for me to get ID'd for anything. I've got ID'd for Red Bull before. I get ID'd for most things.
Like paracetamol or
I've
something.
pretty much never not been ID'd to buy a lotto card or a you have to be 16.
16.
And because everyone's just like, I've worked in hospitality. I have a personal license, so I understand that like it's not worth risking it. But the point of the story is, I get ID'd for everything. I know I look younger than I am, but I don't think it helps in this situation. And that's when I first started this, we just started posting on TikTok, and it was like not a thing. I posted under Heather Louise, which was my name. And then when we started to take it not seriously, but I wanted to buy overalls. And I remember someone saying to me, well, isn't it a bit like anti-feminist to do it pink, like you're just playing into it? It was just like, not really, because I can do it however I want. And I think there is something to be said for doing it in pink, doing it when you look young, doing it when you are so young, and proving everyone wrong. And I think it doesn't help when we go out and about that I do look so young and I'm in pink, that really drills it down that someone's like, she couldn't possibly, because she's not just a woman, but she's young and she's wearing pink. How is that possibly going to work?
Yeah, it's true.
That brings us back to, why are we called Ask the Boss? And it's because it doesn't have to be the woman in the relationship. It's not anything to do with being a female. It's just the fact that often someone is doing a lot of work when you buy a property or go into the property industry or whatever, and you're massively underestimated that you can do it. And we're kind of challenging that of like, why? I get it that if we were, trying to build a brick wall, maybe there'd be a question of like this: have we trained enough to
like
have the strength
or plumbing or something?
Yeah, or exactly have the knowledge. But women, for example, if we are going to stay on this particular track, are electricians, are bricklayers. It's just about learning the skill, getting better at it. But I guarantee those women who are in those trades are always underestimated and thought, no, you couldn't possibly. And it's like, well, unless they just were born without arms, I don't understand how they couldn't possibly.
Yeah.
So this is for anyone in any situation, even if it's got nothing to do with renovations, nothing to do with bricks, and nothing to do with DIY. If you have ever felt like you've decided to do something or you want to do something and you're being underestimated and people don't think you can do it or make the assumption that you couldn't do it,
you definitely can. You literally can. And when we started this, we all have our different backgrounds in various levels of DIY, and Anya and I genuinely had no clue. And when we bought the flat, the week before we bought the flat, we had no idea we were going to buy a flat. We weren't even looking the week before. Yeah. We just came across a flat and bought it. And
more about that on episode
3,
by the way.
We had no idea. We just kind of like, we went in with a sledgehammer and a crowbar, and that was the start of the journey.
Was that fun?
It was fun.
Was that
good? It absolutely was fun.
Did you have any rage that you needed to get out?
Absolutely.
And you were just like...
and then when you post it online, and then you just got more rage fuel because more people are having a go at you for doing stuff. But like, we were kind of the epitome of like what you thought probably wasn't meant to be there. Like, I'm not very strong. I'm quite small. And then
but if you're not strong, that's what a sledgehammer's for.
Yeah, exactly. But you can prove, what I'm saying is that exactly to your point about us not being underestimated. This is an area that I never, ever, ever thought that I'd be where I am in. I never thought I'd be able to do the stuff that I've done. At the beginning, it was just kind of like, yeah, we're going to rip out, and then we'll just like, I'll get someone to do it.
Yeah.
We'll just see what happens. And I never, ever would have been able to predict it, the stuff that I've managed to do today.
It is very impressive.
I actually do have a question, because I think I know the answer for Meg, because you did the design degree. Obviously, I know the answer for me because I live in my own head.
You're me.
But Heather, have you actually... Because I know that when you bought the house, you probably didn't have any knowledge that you were going to do DIY, like you say, like a couple of weeks before. And you thought maybe you'd get someone to do it for you. Are you loving it?
Yes and no. Like, I love the feeling of accomplishment. And I have always been the kind of person who very much enjoys proving someone wrong. And I think it's really fueled me having so many people underestimate me. And also, the main fuel for me has been so many women in my comment sections being like, oh my God, I never thought I could do this. How do you do it? Like, you're an inspiration, that kind of vibe of people that clearly are waiting for husbands or boyfriends or dads to do it for them. Like, oh, I've got a shelf that needs putting up and my husband hasn't done it, blah, blah, blah. And what fuels me is to be like, I know you feel like you can't do it, but I'm proving to you can. And I say it a lot in my videos when I say, if I can do it, so can you. And I hate when people say that from a perspective of experience, but I literally have no experience. I have no skills. I have no knowledge. I have no expertise. So if I can do it, you genuinely can. Yeah. So that's what fuels me. That's why I enjoy doing it. And yeah, it's fun, but it's hard work. And I've also said this before, that when you don't know what you're doing and every single day you're having to problem solve and engage your brain to the extent of, is this right? Is this wrong? What am I doing? Even raw plugs, when I posted that on my story yesterday.
Yeah.
I did kind of know, but I didn't. And when you're doing something and it doesn't look like the video you've seen and it goes a little bit wrong and you're like, am I really doing the right thing? And it's a wall. You're like, what if I hit something? What if the wall falls down? Yeah. It's not just like, oh, I'll just paint over it with my nails or something you know a bit of how to go around the problem. You're really engaging your brain and problem solving every single day to figure out how the fuck you're doing what you're doing.
Can I just say something for anyone who is listening to Heather and feeling the exact same feeling? That's not something that like, oh, experts don't have that. They had that. They just had it a year ago and they've done so much of it that soon, while it feels like 100% of the time that you're doing it, that's how you feel, then it'll kind of be like, oh, well, only half the time that I try something, that's how I feel. And it'll get to the point where it's only when you try something new that you'll feel that way. We're currently planning the garden and I've never laid tiles in a patio. And so I have that exact thing. I'm utilising all my brain. I have no idea. I'm panicking if I do it the right way. And I'm Googling and I'm researching, I'm watching video and all this. And I feel very lost and unsure of myself. And I'm wishing that I had some budget so I can go pay someone to go and do it for me, because then I wouldn't have to do it. But I came around and did that skirting with you guys. Didn't even have to think twice about how I was doing it, what we were doing, whether we were doing the right thing.
You were great.
Because I've done it so much now that now I feel really confident that I know how to do it and I know the best way I would do it, and this is how I'm going to teach you.
Yeah.
And so the more mirrors you put up, the more skirting that you do, and it literally will just be when you go into the next flat, you'll have a list of things like, I know how to do this.
Yeah, and that is a point that I know that the next project is going to be so much easier than this one. Like, there'll be lots of issues, but it will be so much easier. But the thing is, for so many people with renovation, you can't just dip your toe in the water, really. If you're going to take on a reno, you take on a reno.
Oh, yeah.
You never know what you're taking on, warts and all. You never know what you're taking on. So for me, it's very much like a lot of people, I think, don't want to take on a reno because you can't just like cancel. You can't just be like, actually, I'll take it back. Return to sender.
Though saying that,
I've kept my receipt. Don't want it anymore.
I do like looking through Rightmove and finding all the houses that are half done, where something's obviously happened and they've had to sell it halfway through.
But you lose a whole lot of money in the process.
It's not worth it.
So if you're going to take on a reno, you really have to be kind of like prepared to not know what you're doing. Because you might, you might know how to put on skirting. You might have helped your mum or dad or something do it before. But unless you are like you, or you've done a whole reno before, taking it on is incredibly intimidating.
Yeah, but isn't that the same for starting your first job, or deciding to live abroad, or deciding to go and...
Yeah, but you can quit a job a whole lot easier than you can sell a house. If you've bought a house and the walls are crumbling, you've got rising damp, you've got like all these issues, you're like, this is my home, this is where I live, this is everything I have. And to leave that is a very difficult prospect. What I'm saying is that it's possible. Because all three of us are sat here having done it. You've done it once over and you're bossing the second one. This is the first time I've ever done it and I'm doing okay.
You're doing great.
And you guys took on
the biggest
project we've ever seen.
Yeah, without having done one before.
So, like, if we can sit here and say we've done it or are doing it, then it's very much possible, even though it's absolutely terrifying.
Absolutely.
And we have had our fair share, all of us, of issues and situations that we've just had to pivot and just move on and get it done.
Yeah, I want to tell this story. So when I first got my little Instagram account, which, by the way, you guys know this, but I kind of set it up like, I'm going to be big. And then now I'm a little bit sad that you both are getting bigger than me, but that's an existential crisis that I can deal with in my own time. But anyway, so I start, and again, unlike you, I follow these people because I love it. I'm
obsessed,
like obsessed
with home renovation accounts, and it is very cute. But also, she's like, well, so and so and so and so, and we're like,
These are my friends, my online friends.
Yeah.
You guys are my online friends becoming real friends.
You're IRL friends now.
IRL friends. But very quickly before we go into the fact that we are IRL friends, I followed his people. And there was this one girl, and I won't say who it is, because I'm not like that. But she had got a bit of a following, and she basically did a beautiful renovation, really stunning in London, like loads of time and effort being put into it. And she'd got a bit of a following, and people started understandably saying, hey, where's this tile from? Where's that paint colour from? Where did you get your sofa from? And, you know, because you're putting yourself online and you're making these decisions. And what you have to remember when you are on social media is that you live the life, you know exactly, and you feel like you've created 10 videos on that particular thing. But one person will only see maybe one video of your entire thing because the algorithm's a bitch and won't necessarily show your stuff all the time to the same people, which you'd think it would, but it doesn't. Anyway, so she had done stories, highlights, saying this is where I got this from. So she had thought that she had done all the work that she needed to do, but she'd still get these messages every single day coming in thick and fast. Where did you do this? And it's all flattery because she did such a good job. And you can't mention everything in every single reel caption. Of course you can't. But she did a story, and immediately when she did the story, I unfollowed her, even though I loved her house, because she started complaining that people wanted to know where stuff was. Now, I get it, it's annoying. I have people message me asking me questions about things that I've posted about, you know. So I just gently send them to that place, whether it's a highlight, whether it's a reel, I'll just tell them what the reel's called, or I'll tell them it's about the third way down my grid. But I understand that while it's not my job to tell them how to do something, I'm not going to necessarily reply or give much back to a giant essay. I have put myself online. I have put myself out to people to be inspired by. So the least I can do is tell them where they can find the things that I'm
least thing
sharing.
you can do is that. But I also think you don't have to reply to every single comment of every single thing. If she's got a
you don't have
bathroom
to.
and she's done it 6 months ago and all the things are on there, just you don't need to reply to everybody. And like if she's doing a new video on her tiles about her bathroom, then she should probably say where they're from. I feel like there's a middle ground there of like the expectation of followers shouldn't be that we are at their beck and call. And this is what I was going to say. So this is Greg from Man with a Hammer, I think is what he's called. Really massive account. I have followed him for years. And I remember pre-doing any of this, he posted a story like, I love you guys so much, but I post something about a new room with my wallpaper, and in my messages, people who have never messaged me before will just be like, where's your wallpaper from? No hi, no like any acknowledgement of me as a human being, just asking for it. And I get that there's a balance there. Like you can't just be like, get me where this link's from, like really aggy about it.
Especially when
like,
you have
whatever.
made it really clear and you have a highlight and you've made it as obvious as you can.
But you can also choose not to
I
reply.
agree, there's a middle ground, because I think you also, if someone does message you, and let's say you have posted about, I don't know, the floor multiple times, but it was maybe 6 months ago, and it isn't that easy to find because you do have a lot of videos, and someone goes, hey, lovely, hope you don't mind, really love your flooring. Could you tell me where it's from?
You shouldn't be aggy about that.
I think you should reply, or at least say, hey, lovely, there's a highlight, or hey, lovely, have a look at my reels. And if they then go and say, oh no, can you send me a direct link? Then you can just ghost them, whatever. But
Or do an affiliate link, get some money out of them.
that's where I was going with it. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I do think there is this, I don't think you're at someone's beck and call, but I also think that you've decided, or at least I've decided, that I want to be at a certain level where I am doing this for a job. I am, they don't make me, like, if I don't have followers, I don't make money.
Yeah.
So like they are doing me something, so I at least, you know, message them and engage with them.
I totally agree with
I
that.
think it's different if you are purposely just like, this is just a little account. Like Heather, if you just kept it at Heather Louise and it just happened to get big because you happened to share a few videos, that's different. That's just you kind of documenting what's going on. But us three, and I'm making the assumption, but I think I know the answer, have all purposely made accounts to succeed in this and have opportunities
I
like
wanted
the podcast.
free tiles.
You got your free tiles.
I got my free tiles and I wanted free tiles, and that was my aim.
Is that it? Like, mic drop, done?
I should just leave now. That's the end. But no, we've got loads of house to finish, so we've got to carry on.
Why did you start Built and Pink? I mean, I know why you started it in like the big sense of, I want to empower young women.
But yes and no, like I've like always tried to figure out how my job in life can be about empowering women. I like straight out of uni, I applied for jobs for women's charities. I volunteered for a women's charity for like a year. Like all I ever wanted to do was work in a space that would empower women. That's all I ever wanted. I just never ever thought that this would be the way. I never saw this coming. And when we started posting videos at the beginning, it was more, I want to document what I'm doing. It was only like 6,000 followers in that I even occurred to me, oh my God, can we start reaching out to brands? Is that a thing? And then I started doing that, but it was not ever like, oh, and it was only when I met you guys that you guys were like, start an Instagram, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just
you
a girl
didn't
with
have
a
an
little
Instagram
TikTok.
when we met you and you were scared of doing it because you thought you'd have no followers.
Yeah.
And then you got like 30,000 followers in a month, and we were like, I think you're fine, Heather.
But
you started on TikTok as well.
I did.
And I told you to get an Instagram.
It's kind of like,
it's all
it feels like lower stakes on TikTok.
It does. It is low stakes on TikTok because no one cares, but then you get stuck, and then brands don't really care that
I hate
much.
TikTok. I can't do it.
The thing that I got told about
struggling.
TikTok and versus Instagram is that TikTok people care about what you can give them, and Instagram people care about you. And it's not exclusive. Like obviously some people don't fit those rules, but if you want to get any sort of brand stuff or any money out of it, Instagram's better. And then I've gone a step further to YouTube, which I think is even further than that, but they get more difficult to build over that time. So
like, TikTok, the thing is that yes and no, because the videos that do the best for me on TikTok are the ones where I'm like talking about the creative fund and how we couldn't join it and how I lost my job or
I think
anything
there's an amazing
like that.
community on there for
the
sure.
community gets behind me more on TikTok than on Instagram, definitely. But the algorithm on TikTok is so much more fickle that just depending on how it feels, it will throw your content out there or it won't. And no matter how many of your followers are engaging with it, sometimes it just like, it's just not destined to be. It's not going to do it. So like we can post videos and videos and videos that do nothing. And then one will shoot up and do great. And then it goes back to nothing for a really, really long time.
You know, I'm like the pinnacle of self-despair when things don't go well with my social media.
Yes.
But there was something recently that happened that made me completely have a different, well, two things actually. One is I'm very lucky. I now have an agent, which is
awesome.
mind-blowing. But I was speaking to one of them and they were saying that even if you were to get what I would feel is a low number, that brand could never have received that much organic engagement. And when I say engagement, I mean like engaged engagement from doing it themselves, because no one really is that engaged with a brand. They need to be engaged with a person, even though a person is a brand. But anyway, we'll get into that another time. And secondary is that I would sometimes do the opposite of comparing, because it's easy to compare yourself to someone with 200,000 followers who's raking in, 2 million views every single time. Great. They are the anomaly. They are not the normal thing. Normally you have someone that might have 100K, which is still vastly much more than I have, and they're getting the same views as me. And suddenly when that happens, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I get you.
Feel
I just
a lot
don't,
better about myself now.
Because I don't consume Reno content, I don't compare myself to anyone else. I just compare myself to me. I compare like you said, when we joined Instagram, we gained like 20,000-30,000 followers in like a month. So then when you go from that kind of trajectory to gaining 4 followers in a day when you used to gain 1,000 followers a day, that's what I compare myself to.
Your chart that you put of that on, and I was like, that was so skewed. Like you can't be thinking that 1,000 followers a day is normal.
But it's not about like the follower count or anything like that. But I find that when I post a video it does really badly, it's me. Most of the time I'm the only one in the video. I'm the one that's done the voiceover. I'm the one that's done the filming. I take it as a personal hit.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't take it as I'm not doing as good as anyone else. I'm just like, oh, I'm putting myself out here, and I take it as it's not like my video hasn't done very well. I'm not doing very well, especially when that happens over and over and over and over and over, because the algorithm, I feel like it loves you for a month and then it hates you for a month. No, it loves you for a day and then it hates you for a month and then it loves you for another day and then it hates you for a month. Like I feel like I could post the most viral video ever that went viral on TikTok, but if Instagram's hating me that week and I post it, it's not going to do anything. Can't remember.
So Meg took my phone because I looked at it once, and
No, it's because it buzzed.
Okay, fine, whatever. Meg's checking my phone, so I can't check it. But this is technically a shout out. I will find it and we'll put it in the show notes. Who I'm talking about, but she's brilliant. So she's actually, I believe, a voice artist.
Okay, yeah.
So she's done what a few other accounts have done. You'll know it. They're called Our Riverside Dream. It's Alex and Jamie Levinsky. I'm really sorry if I've said that wrong. And Jamie's got a brilliant voiceover technique.
So funny.
He's got a very sort of charming, posh voice, and it really catches you off guard, and
It's
it makes
also a
you
bit of a
want,
piss take. Like, it's not serious.
because it's such a beautiful grand home, and like they call their dachshund like a rat and stuff, and it's very funny, and it makes you sort of want to listen to it. And there's loads of people that I know who know them but aren't interested in it. Anyway, so there's a bit of a technique there of using that type of voice. Anyway, this account, she does that too. So she's got this very kind of welcome, posh voice, and she's kind of acting, and it's very funny. Anyway, I saw her on one of the platforms and immediately liked, followed, thought she was brilliant. But I remember checking, because I do this, I check to see how many followers people have. And it wasn't very many. And I kind of knew that she would grow, but also know that things are fickle and sometimes they can't. And she didn't seem to be someone who was desperate for it to do well, you know, when you can see that. And I can't talk because
Self-aware.
Kudos to me. But anyway, so she did that. She was doing well on TikTok. She ended up quite a few followers, and then she just, because she didn't know how Instagram worked, she literally she posted them all in one day. All of this content that she had created on TikTok, and
That's
that
a lot of
seems
effort regardless,
mad
but yeah.
to me, because obviously, like I knew it already. Maybe it's just like ingrained in me from my like years of using Instagram as a kid. But I thought, there's no way the algorithm would like that.
But does anyone actually know?
And sorry, Heather, to say this beats you, which I didn't think could be said. In 10 days, I think it was. It's either 10 days or 3 weeks. So either way, less than a month.
Yeah.
55,000 followers on Instagram.
That's insane. On my King's Croft account, rather than because I only really used TikTok back then. So I have my private account that I didn't ruin the FYP of. And then I had the King's Croft one.
What do you mean ruin the FYP of? Seeing renovation content all the time is wonderful.
It wasn't renovation content. It was how to make your videos better content. So that's my entire King's Croft FYP is renovation content and how to make your content better. So I would spend time on that, trying to learn and change. But you have to pivot. You have to see it and change. Originally, I wasn't going to show mine and Miles's face. And then I realised as I was doing these videos that you can't do these videos if you're not going to show yourself. Yeah. It's just not possible. You can try and hide certain things. You don't have to go into detail about loads, but you have to be physically there.
And when that kind of goes into the pink thing, when we got the overalls, I remember randomly I saw a video from some girl called the Faffing Nest, and she was saying about like brand fonts, which is something I was already aware of, that like when you set up branding, stay consistent with your branding because people will recognize you. And that was something that like the day that I saw that video, even though it was something I was already aware of, it picked something up in me when I was buying these overalls. And I said, you know what, actually, no, I want to be different. And I said to my mum's partner, I want, when I come up on someone's For You page, I want them to know it's the girl in pink. It's the girl in pink.
Yeah.
I want to have pink everything. I want to have pink shoes. I want to have a pink toolkit. I want to have a pink overalls, so that regardless of the content, and even if they don't remember my voice or my story or anything, it's just sheer brand awareness of like,
which does work.
It's pink.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about how you can immediately from day one do really well in your content, you can buy my gifted guide. plug, shameless plug. And it's on my
Dot
stand
just can't
store.
help herself. She can't help herself.
It's actually really good. You bought it very kindly.
I did buy it.
Can I tell you a story about when Meg bought it? So I spent all this time. You haven't bought it, have you?
No.
No.
Fuck you,
got
Heather.
the real thing.
Okay, that's true. But also, like, are
So
you a
no.
friend? No,
I think I proofread it for
You
you
also
before
know I
buying it
have
as well.
fuck all money, so.
No, yeah, I'll give it to you for free. So I spent all this time on it. It's 63 pages long.
I also would never be able to read that whole thing.
No, I
Give it to me in audiobook. Give it to me as an audiobook.
Boys, idea.
Yeah,
Let's turn it into an audiobook. Anyway, point is I spent like I put so much time and effort into it. It's also very well designed as well.
I can believe it.
And I put it up on my social media. I had like maybe like 30,000 followers at this point. And I put it up and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be rich, right? Because I'm selling it at £30 a pop, which, okay, I'm saying
No,
that.
it was 50.
Was it? You bought it at 50?
Oh my God, you are the true friend.
I did tell you that I needed to.
I didn't care.
I did tell you that I was going to buy you like a bottle of wine, or not a bottle of wine,
I'll
like
buy
a bottle
you
of
a £50
champagne.
bottle of wine in return.
Yeah, well, I can easily find that. But anyway, point is, I put it up. I think that was it. I think I put it up for 50 quid, but knowing that I would reduce it down to 30.
Yeah,
So so when I saw the notification and it goes, someone's bought your guide, I was like, oh my God, someone has bought my guide. Like, amazing. Like, this is the first of many. And it then, like, when you click on it, it tells you the email address that has bought it.
So did you know each other at the time?
Yeah. I told her about it, and
We've been talking about it.
And I know it sounds
Had you
awful
met
to
IRL
say.
at the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know
Only
it sounds
just, though.
really awful to say, but I was so disappointed.
No, I don't want Meg to buy it. I want a random stranger to buy it.
Someone else to buy it.
Yeah.
I want a friend to buy it for me out of pity.
No, it wasn't out of pity. It was because I wanted it, because I was trying to work out how to do gifted, and I did read the whole thing. So
And that's why she's so successful today.
Actually, could you
Exactly.
just put a little testimonial in for me?
Yeah, it was probably 6 months ago now, and I can't remember anything about it. But I've got lots of gifted
Or
things since, so
alternatively-
clearly it worked.
Success.
Alternatively, you could wait for Dot to reach out to you on Instagram and then meet her for a drink and then meet Meg and then just get the gifted guide IRL from her as your genuine friend. That was my master plan.
Is this your segue
Congratulations.
into how we met?
Yeah.
We met because Dot messaged me. I'd seen your content but
Clearly,
I
because of
was-
the overalls.
yeah, I was very like, I'm in Bournemouth because I wanted to be with my content. I wanted to get to a point that we were,
I'd seen you as well.
yeah, and I wanted to work with local brands and I wanted to be someone that was local and people, I don't really know why I said I was
See,
in
I was the
Bournemouth.
opposite. I avoided it. Everyone now knows because we all live in the same place.
But that's
Also,
why-
you were on TikTok, and TikTok does like it
says
wants you to put in your location. It's very like Instagram's a bit like meh, do it if you want. We don't mind, not too
Yeah,
fussy.
I did feel like it
TikTok's
did better.
very like tell us where you are.
Yeah, I think that like top tip, putting your location does help because I did find that. But then you obviously figured out, oh, Sherlock
I
Holmes, I'm
figured
in
out,
Bournemouth. Yeah,
right, with the big
Because-
Bournemouth sign across.
yeah,
it.
because it said it. And then you reached out to me on TikTok.
Should we see
and
what I said?
Said something about wanting to meet up.
Quite
The
what I
same
said.
thing happened to me, except from
Did Dot message you first?
yeah. But I knew Dot before. I'd seen you as well, but you were just so
How long
bafflingly
have you guys
Gen Z.
known each other?
Since November.
Oh, okay. When you said I've known Dot from before.
This is how bad I am at TikTok. I don't know where to find the
I
message
knew of
for
her
you.
content before she reached out
Okay.
to me, and I knew she was in Dorset, but I never put where we were.
Yeah.
The cover's blown, but yeah, we're in Dorset. But like, I didn't advertise it, but I
Yeah.
knew she was there. But I had like bugger all followers at the time, and she had on Instagram like nearly 30K or
13.
something. So like it was a big difference, and I was like, I don't want to be a bigot and be like, love me, I live near you, blah blah blah. So I left it, and I was like, oh, we'll meet up at some point, and like something will bring us together. And then I posted like a little video of me going through a Rightmove listing, because if anyone needs help looking at a Rightmove listing,
Mexico.
especially around here, I know everything of like.
She's looked at every
look out for
house.
this. I've looked at every house, no matter how expensive or how cheap
She's
it
looked
is.
in every single estate
So are you
window.
going to sell us your Rightmove guide?
Well, no, but I could. But I
Like,
basically I did like one video on
Yeah.
a house listing that our friends were actually going to buy, and I like had two phones, and I was recording myself and scrolling at the same time and going through it. And Dot realised, I scribbled it out, but Dot realised it was local, like it was in Lilliput.
Because
or something.
I also go on Rightmove all the time, and
Yeah.
I also like
it's
looking at estate
it-
windows.
I mean, lots of people guess that we're from down here because of the trees and because of the way the houses
because
look.
of the trees.
I'm not joking. People have messaged
That's
me
a
being
very
like,
pool-looking tree.
you know the Bournemouth trees?
No.
Come on, they're great. Google the Bournemouth ferns.
I literally do like this with kids. We do nature hunts and we pick out types of trees, and I've never been.
You've probably heard a
Bournemouth
kid
tree.
go, that's a Bournemouth tree. And you've gone, that's lovely, Harry.
No, that's
well
a silver
done,
birch.
you.
No.
Yeah, they planted them all here because this was a resort for people who were like ill, and they thought it helped
Are they
with
like
their
palm
illness.
trees or something?
No, they're the big tall fern trees with only the stuff at the top. I'll show you. It's a
Teach
thing.
us about trees. Well, while she looks up
I
the
love
Bournemouth
trees.
Oh yeah, what was our first
And-
message?
I wrote to Heather back in January 23 at 11:01 a.m.
2023.
No, January 23.
Okay,
January
23rd.
23rd.
Someone might also say.
I mean, like, it's TikTok's fault, not mine. I replied to one of your videos, which clearly you must have written that you're Bournemouth, and I said, girls with multiple R's and L's. Here's another fellow Bournemouth girlie doing DIY. Arm sign, arm sign. You're smashing this and would love to hear more about your DIY journey. Love heart. You then replied the next day, because you clearly didn't give a shit about me, at 1:28 a.m. in the morning.
I'm always up. That's when I come alive.
Okay. And you went, no way, you're a Bournemouth girlie. That's so fun. Whereabouts?
Hey.
XX.
We can't be going through our messages and then you have a tone.
Yeah, stop being
You've got to be, you can't read these out like
Don't
you're
lie
the
and
queen.
don't tell me that's how
I'm
you
just
felt about some random girl.
No, for real, because I knew you already. I'd already seen your video of you laying flooring.
Okay, so how would you
were a
say
household
that?
name. Okay, right, fine.
We're doing this.
Okay, we're going to do it. No way, you're a Bournemouth girlie. That's so fun. Whereabouts?
So I still hear sarcasm.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, that's your issue, not mine.
Yeah.
But I already knew who you were. You were a household name.
Oh, bless
You were the girl that laid
God.
floor.
Was it the floor?
The floor girl.
What were you doing at the time? These are the Bournemouth trees. It's at night time. But these guys, you know, they're like...
No idea.
Never seen that
Come
before.
on,
Where
you'll
is
see them
that?
now. This is on the beach looking up on
Just a
the
tree.
ski run.
If
No,
I
it's
still
not.
had
Look,
Snapchat,
they're
I
really
would
long.
Snapchat you
No,
every
it's a
time I
tree,
saw
darling.
one.
No, you'll see them. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. They know this. Well, I'm not making it up. You guys are mental, and people need to
I've
say
lived
this in the
here for
comments.
25 years.
I haven't, so I care about this
Are there
place.
pool trees?
Okay, is this a generational thing?
Yeah, I think it
Maybe
is.
I do love trees. It is a genuine interest of mine.
Because I'm the oldest. I have no idea. You're middle. You apparently know. And you're the youngest.
How
and you
old
don't know.
are you?
27.
64. No. 28.
28, 27.
1996? 1997?
999.
I'm so glad you're not 2000.
I'm glad you're not 2000 as well.
That would have
Oh, because we'd have an
made
issue.
me-
She wouldn't
Yeah.
have reached out to me.
You wouldn't have been him.
I would have carried on hearing, no way.
Hey,
Constantly.
hey.
Love
We've gone
that. I
over
can't
this.
believe you're so local.
Does she hate me?
She's got so many issues.
Does she hate me?
Deep-seated issues.
I'm going to go home and feel like Dot hates me now. I'm going to say to Mum, I don't think I can be on the podcast anymore. I think Dot hates me. I've just
I
been
messaged
cancelled.
you first.
Yeah, you did because, okay, sorry, but you at the time
It's
also...
intimidating when you've got followers
Yeah,
and we
sorry
don't.
when you're Miss Famous and I
Sorry.
didn't know how to... I was like, oh, she probably gets messaged by people like me all the time. I don't want to be...
See, so this is exactly the same thing with me.
I said,
That's why I didn't do
okay,
it.
you just conveniently missed out the fact that I said I need a Reno friend in Bournemouth. I was the one that asked to
Look
be
at
friends
this.
first.
You need to stop being an arsehole.
Can't. Not possible.
Not possible.
Comes with nature, unfortunately.
So we did meet up
Mm-hmm.
and Dot said to me, can my friend Meg come? She's Kingscroft home. So immediately I then consumed every video you've ever watched and we all met up for a drink.
It's hilarious because, like, you didn't... I don't think... Like, Dot hadn't found me because I didn't post I was in
Wait,
Bournemouth. Why
I
didn't know?
messaged you first.
Yeah, you did.
Why does this say different?
Was it on a different platform?
Oh,
No, 'cause
we
only
two are in
TikTok.
Dorset. Oh, you know what it was? You commented.
I commented,
You commented
saying,
on
hey.
it, but I didn't want to actively be like,
Yeah.
yes, we're in Dorset.
Yeah, because I
at
was
the time.
trying, like, you didn't want me to...
Out
it's
me.
not the second time I've outed you to someone when you were trying to keep something a secret and I've gone in like, oh my God, you're ill. I'll tell you about that story
Yeah.
another time. Yeah, so you said, yes, we are Dorset. We don't post about it. Wink, wink,
Here we are on a
wink,
podcast
wink,
saying
us
that we're in
out.
Dorset.
Whereabouts
Yeah.
are you? And then I said, yeah, I was like way more into Meg than I was. I'm joking.
No, we were proper chirpsing.
Oh my God.
I remember I was at work or something, and I was
know what
really
it-
excited because I was like, we have so much in
I
common.
don't know how to say this without
Yeah, I
offending
know,
somebody.
Because,
Not
okay,
that I'm
right.
afraid to offend someone
Okay,
right now.
we're here now. So when we met at Rockwater,
Yeah.
when we met at somewhere, we like
This place.
we arrived
If
and
we're
I'm
in
like,
Dorset, we can say Rockwater.
okay, fine. And I was like, I used to work there, so I was really excited to be there. And I was like chatting with my friends at the bar because I was feeling nervous.
Because
meeting
you
new
chose
people.
to meet at Rockwater.
Yeah, I chose to meet at Rockwater because it's a safe space. And I was like, I'm meeting two weirdos from the internet. I need to be safe. I want to make sure
so
that I have
true.
people
Keep an
around
eye,
that I
and
know.
we knew each other
Yeah.
already, and you were.
I
the
could
art-
have been
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a 69-year-old fat man who just
Other
made
than
an
the fact
account.
that you post, unless your AI skills are incredible, you post full videos of yourself. So I was pretty secure in who you were.
AI is very advanced these days.
And then Meg turned up and I hadn't come across you other than
We were wearing the
stalking
same
all of your
outfit. We
We
content.
were wearing the same outfit.
Well, yeah. And
after
then-
us telling each other how we were the same person.
Yeah, and then you turned up in the first 5 minutes. You were like, by the way, we're best friends. We're going on holiday together, and we're the same person. How are you? I was like,
Who are you?
okay, so I've really come into like an existing storyline here. Like I'm coming
fine.
in as a.
You're in now. How do you feel now?
I
where you
feel fantastic. I
Good,
feel
good, I'm
fantastic.
glad.
And I'm very glad that you invited me on the podcast because if you hadn't, I actually probably would have blocked both of you because I wouldn't be able to see it. I would have got such bad FOMO. I would have had to block the both of you.
I did feel bad that you didn't come on holiday with us. When we booked it, we didn't really know you.
When we booked it, we didn't really know each other.
That's very true. What was I telling the fucking security guy when we were going through? Like how we met each other at uni 3 months ago. I was like completely chatting shit. Remember, he was like, well, where are you going on holiday? Because he checked my bags because he thought I was a druggie.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, you were just
I'm just being
absolutely
awful.
waffling.
He just made you lie.
Yeah, literally. He's like, well, he's wearing the armour and everything. And I'm like, I'm
He was
12.
really
And,
nice.
yeah, he
He was a friendly man.
I just started lying.
And
You said we were having a finishing uni trip. I think.
I don't know what I was saying.
What was the need?
I don't know. He asked,
like
to be
to
fair.
lie,
He
people.
assumed. We had 2 different people at the airport assume that we were just finishing uni, and I'm like, I normally get mistaken for older, not younger.
It was the vibes we were
Is
going
it how
off.
tall you are that gives them that impression?
Imagine we brought Heather. They'd think we were coming out of nursery.
They think you just graduated from
School.
primary school.
Someone was shocked when I told them my age. They were like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
What? They thought you were older?
No, younger. They
When,
thought
was this on holiday or was this another time?
holiday in
New
Palma
story.
when I gave away the prosecco.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
got
weren't in
hit-
Palma at that point. We were in Bournemouth Airport.
Yeah.
Big ups.
I got
Especially hanging
peer
out with my
pressure.
sister all the time. People sometimes think my sister's older than me.
I can see that.
She has older vibes.
She
Which
does.
is a bit mad.
Not when she dances.
Not when she dances, not in our content.
No, because I don't know those dances. I don't.
I haven't learned them. Dot's going to go home and
Which
practice.
dances? The ones on the
Have you
TikToks,
seen? I do dance on my Instagram.
I know.
And
I
I'm
saw it
purposely
yesterday.
trying not to because it's so bad.
No, you just
It's not
got
bad,
to
it's
just got to own it.
It's just mum
No,
like.
no, yeah.
It's mum vibes.
It's mum vibes. It is. She's had a glass of Chardonnay and she's
She's
getting down.
feeling good.
See, mum vibes is better than dad vibes, which is my dancing. So you know,
Oh,
it could be
mum and
bad.
dad dance.
And then there's me.
And our
I went
baby.
out at the weekend and I was with some friends and they were like, "Come on, we're going to go dance." I was like,
Oh,
and I
really?
stood
You just
there.
won't dance?
Absolutely.
Is it because you didn't have your cowboy boots?
I obviously had my cowboy
And that
boots.
still didn't make you dance.
No, I just hadn't had enough wine. I was a bottle and a half in and I still hadn't had enough wine.
You had a bottle and a half of wine.
I'm a new girl.
What's going on?
I broke up.
You're single now.
We need to get you like a taxi voucher so that
Yeah.
you don't have to drive everywhere.
And you know what? I've been out for the last 3 weeks in Ashley Cross and I've managed to not have to pay for a single drink or a single taxi. So
Is it because it's your birthday coming up? Or
How did you not pay
dragging
for a
my
single
birthday out
drink?
for 2 years.
Do you have
2
that many
months.
people hitting on you that you don't have to pay
No,
for a
no, no.
drink?
So when I went out
God,
recently,
imagine how nice that'd be.
my friend
I
is
know,
in the
I've never had a
military
drink
and
with
it was
me.
his friends. He messaged me and was like, "Hey, I'm going out with some friends from the army. Do you want to come out? I haven't seen you in ages." So I went out.
Wait, who's this?
My friend from school.
Okay.
And I
Friend.
told them about the podcast and they were all so excited.
That's really
They were like, "We're all going to be watching episode 1, 20th of July, guys." It was so, so lovely. And he was like, "Can I be a guest on your podcast?" I was like, sorry. It's not the vibe.
Yeah.
You're in the army and have never done a renovation project and
Yeah, what are you bringing to
are
the
a
table?
man.
Yeah.
It's not the vibe. But I really do love him so much.
love
So
that.
we hadn't seen each other in a
We
year.
love him for making you drink. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they just kept
Kudos.
doing rounds and they just kept... So every round...
And you actually drank it.
And I
Is
actually
his
drank it.
name Louis?
No, there was not a
Oh.
Louis in sight. There
We
was a
can't put
Lewis,
that in.
though.
We can't put in Louis and Lewis. We can't literally say these names because that will be too.
But the thing is, if any Louis in my life...
That's true. You've got so many
Well,
Louis.
they
No one would
won't
know.
even know.
Yeah, fine. Keep it in.
There's like 7 Louis that come to mind immediately.
I just
Okay.
think everyone you know must be called Louis.
I don't know any Louis, and Heaven knows about 20.
I know enough for all of you.
She-
Every
yeah, she knows
story.
enough for us.
If you're talking about somebody, I will just assume it's a Louis.
Yeah.
They probably is.
That was a creepy yes I just did.
Yes. Lewis or Louis. But yeah, they were really, really lovely. And that's why I didn't have to pay for a drink. And then I texted my brother and he came and picked me up. And I was like, what a nice night.
Wow.
Talking about getting drunk and being picked up, should we talk about how we first met?
Oh, that was quite
Oh, yeah.
quite a night.
I forgot that life existed before I turned up.
Yeah,
I don't
unfortunately so.
exist.
It was much less
I
sober.
love being the catalyst of this entire story. It's the only place I want to be. I would just walked out if you guys were talking about hanging out without me. Shit, you guys are hanging out without me soon.
Yeah, we're going
I
to
actually
London.
need-
my birthday.
The reason why I can't go is because Steph has purposely booked the day off so we can hang out together and do like date husband.
Steph can walk like 10 steps behind us if he wants to come.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to talk to anyone, let alone go to London. So,
I can imagine.
I nearly cancelled because the FOMO was so bad. But anyway, it's fine. I have to hang out with my husband, not my
Yeah,
friends.
imagine how I felt when you were on holiday.
Oh, babe. We should
And
have-
going through a breakup and losing my job all at the same
with
time.
your best friend from Canada visiting.
Yeah, no, it was a really good time.
I don't feel that bad. So beginnings of all of this.
Yeah. Going back to Dot.
How we like it.
Go on, you start.
So I messaged you. I said, hey, do you want to hang out? And then we went on to WhatsApp because I hate TikTok because I am an old lady and I do not know how it
people
works.
on those anyway.
Silent repost.
So I was like, look, here's, and also you have to remember, Heather, like I kind of was like,
told. You have to remember, Heather.
remember this. At this point, I desperately wanted a friend. I didn't actually give a shit who it was. So as soon as I saw
so she just filled the hole.
that she was talking about Lilliput, and I was like, right, you must be local then. Too posh for me, but you must be local.
You say that like you're not the posh one.
I don't live in Lilliput, but
neither do I.
No, but I thought you might. But I just wanted to find someone who was like in the same world as me, because at this point, Steph had got very annoyed of me talking about engagement. So I kind of just, I kind of went all in, right? Like it was kind of like, I just have a quota and I need to fill it with one person. I was like, right, this person. And like, if you had annoyed me, I probably would have been like, okay, let's keep her in the back, I'm back pocket. There. Like, I'll just hang out with her. Like
back in the DMs, not in the IRL.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but at this point, I'm like desperate. Like I am a little bit desperate. And we start talking.
You didn't seem desperate.
That's cool.
For the record.
That's cool.
I was, but
I didn't get that vibe from you at all. And we started going on WhatsApp and I'm sure we can dig up the archives, but it very much was like, oh, I work with apps. Oh, so do I. Oh, I work at this company. I nearly worked for that company. Oh, I went to this uni. I also went to that. Like it literally was like bang after bang. Like it was all the same
age as Miles, used to work at the same company. Like there's both
support Liverpool.
Yeah.
Like same age basically. So it was kind of feeling like, are we the same person?
It was kind of weird, to be honest. It really was.
Yeah. And then I was like, are you brunette? And she was like, no. And I was like, do you have brown eyes? She said, no.
Okay.
Are you married to Steph? No. I was like, okay.
Just checking there isn't a body double out there.
Yeah, cool. Were you born on the 21st of October 1996? Are you my No, we're not. So anyway, that was all cool. And then I asked, you were like, oh, I'm swimming and like something about like
swimming? What's swimming?
Yeah, it was about the like, you know how people go
the sea
like
swim.
Sea
the
swimming?
cold swim.
Cold swimming?
Yeah, the cold swim.
Wait. What's your opinion on cold swimming?
Yeah, please.
Like it's fine, just don't shout about it. Don't tell me.
Correct.
Do it, but you don't need to post ever about it.
You are sat in a room with the managing director of the Cold Water Society.
Oh my god, am I in enemy territory?
No, we're all in enemy territory.
No. Frank's the odd one out here.
So Frank's feeling very like put
Is you want a jumper?
You know what? He's just going to make he's going to make the whole camera lens much wider, and
he's going to make us all have really man voices now.
We just like talk shit
the
about
way you were talking about it, I thought you were really into it, and I kind of like messaged you being like, wait. If you're into this, like, I don't think continue this friendship.
Talking about that.
And you were like, no, I hate it. And I was like, okay, fine. Yes, I was like, yes, cool, love that.
I don't like being wet. I'm a cat.
So anyway, I'm getting to the point. We said, do you want to meet up? Oh no, you said, do you want to come see the house? And I was like, yes, I'd love to.
Obviously.
So
it was November though, so it was dark.
It was dark, and Steph dropped me off, and I remember doing a little video like on my Instagram, being like, guys, like this is like me meeting a little friend. Like I'm in my late 20s, and like I'm gonna like make a friend. And I was just really nervous. Actually, I was like, this is like a date, you know? Like I was.
Did you do a video when you met me?
No.
Okay.
I
knew the answer to that, and I was asking it for a reason. Okay.
I was posting every day at this point. I don't know anymore.
Oh yeah. Cool. Not newsworthy at all.
No, not really.
No.
So anyway, back to us. We went to and she showed me a tour, and I was really awkward, but it was fine. Like it wasn't awkward, but
it was also dusky, and my house is creepy as fuck.
And I was just trying to be like, oh my god, it's lovely. Oh, I love what you've done with the place. You know, I was just trying to be complimentary, but I knew she was going to knock it all down. I was like, yeah, I love this part. Yeah. And then the attic was really creepy, so we made a bit of a joke about the little girl's trolley thing that was really creepy. So yeah, we were going around and we were making jokes about like how creepy it was.
Yeah, jokes.
And we just walked down the road a bit to like the nearest pub, and we sat and we decided to have a bottle of wine because we realised as well, because we are the same person. Do you want to get a glass?
Both probably like wine.
No, do you want to get a bottle? Yes, get a bottle.
Get a bottle.
So we got a bottle.
It was 4:30 at this point.
Was it? I felt
maybe.
Very much dark.
It was dark though because it was November, so it felt like evening-y, but it wasn't.
And I'll speed this part because I haven't done that at all so far. We drank
do a long story
a whole bottle, maybe even more. I can't. And I think
we had 2 bottles. No, we had 2 bottles.
Two bottles and cocktails
of this. Of rosé prosecco.
At one point later on in the evening, I think I took off my top to show you my tattoos. I think we kind of got to that point.
I don't remember that.
Okay,
But
well,
I was hammered. You
I
know.
showed my
Miles
tattoos to
Miles came and
somebody.
picked us up. No, you did.
I think I did. I think I pulled my top up and I was like,
Oh yeah, probably.
like,
Yeah,
you know, getting
remember.
naked. And then,
In the
I
pub.
hadn't planned, like normal, I hadn't planned anything about getting home. Steph is quite regimented in saying if it's past a certain clock, he's not going to come get me. So you were like, oh, my wonderful fiance who will do anything for me will come and drop you off. And I was like, yes, please, thank you very much. I'll take any charity I can get. And then, so I met Miles the back of his head, which was great.
But also, this was midnight.
Was it that late?
We'd
been drinking for that long.
So we met at 4, got to the pub at like 5, and then drank for a bit. And then we were like, I was like just texting Miles at the time, like, oh, are you going to stay for food? Like, what are you thinking? You're going to get dinner? And then we got dinner. And then
we got food,
we ended up
didn't we?
staying for another like 3-4 hours. And then Miles came and picked us up and dropped Dot off. And I met
God,
Arlo.
I got in so much trouble for this.
I met Arlo outside the front of her house. I don't really remember this.
This was on a weekday. We had like
it was a Thursday. Yeah, it was a
Steph had
midweek.
work the next day.
Yeah, midweek. And then we dropped it off and then drove back home. And then there was a random dildo in the road. I remember that. And I got out of the car and I said, Miles, stop because I need to film this. And I filmed it and said stop. But I don't really remember much because I was really drunk.
We're going to play the video to you.
So basically, when you met me, you were like, this is fucking boring.
So
this girl
dull.
doesn't
She doesn't even
drink.
drink.
There's no
How
dildos.
boring. There's no dildos.
There's one thing I
tattoos
will
going
say
on.
about you, Heather, is that we kind of knew your age, like your general vibe.
Here we fucking go.
Right.
But we both spoke to each other afterwards, obviously,
So I thought,
on a
let's
different
go out with
chat.
this child.
And we both said what a fantastic grown-up head you had on your shoulders. And
It's
how
so
we
funny
actually
because you're
might
literally like 2 years younger.
2 years younger shoulders.
No, but I honestly think that
I think because of Anya though, because on your content you portray yourself as like really Gen Z, and Dot is like 100% millennial.
I thought you were saying
and
100 years
like-
old. Also,
I'm
yes.
like a bit more cuspy, but still quite
Look, I think
millennial.
both
So
of
that, I
us,
think that was the
reason
thing.
why we were like, oh, we're the same person, we got along like immediately, is because even though we're both the same age, it's not the fact that we're very close to our 30s. It's the fact that we are very old in our ways. Like, we like a glass of wine and whatever, but we're like, we normally would be in bed by 9 p.m. We're not texting people at 1:48 in the morning.
Yeah, you're always out.
We don't own a pair of cowboy boots. Like,
And I own 3.
like, we're
I love it.
very old souls. And so normally if we were to meet up for a drink with a 28-year-old or 25-year-old, we're 28, even actually a 28-year-old, we would probably not really be on their same level. It's like, it's hard to find someone who's on our same level. So when we met up with you, it kind of was a bit like, let's see. Because how is it we're going to find someone that's like us again, right? Like, it's a small world. And like, I've only messaged 3 people online. How likely is it that it's going to be?
Are we the only people you've ever met?
Yes.
Message. That's
So
so
it was
funny.
literally 2 out of 2 success.
Fantastic.
100% success rate.
Winner. Yeah.
Dot's going to be selling her friendship guide. Her social media friendship
How
guide.
to make friends online.
Yeah, I think I'll make a lot of money from that. But yeah, so yeah, we just thought how brilliant you were. We loved everything you had to say, and like, we loved how strongly you felt about literally what we're doing today, this podcast. And we immediately loved you. And then we were like,
It didn't feel effortful at all.
and then I think I did create Grapes and Grout, the group chat, because I honestly thought you were like, these girls are fucking annoying. So I thought, quickly grab her, put
Get
her
her
in a
in.
group chat, give her some peer pressure, and she'll have to hang out with us again.
I did not feel that whatsoever. I thought that like I was very much stepping in on a friendship that already existed and I was going to have to fight for it.
Or when did we meet you? Was it in like February or something?
It must have been January or
Well,
February.
yeah,
Then we'd
it was
only known
very
each other
early
for
on.
like 2 months.
But like you've said, like your friendship, you were a quick formed friendship. Like
Yeah.
you clicked very instantly and I very much felt that. So when I came in, I was very much like, and I knew that I'd put a foot, put a foot wrong, but when I was like, oh, I don't really drink, because I didn't drink at the
we were
time. I was like, oh, no, but I can, I will, I please, I'll have a
I
drink.
remember you reacting that way.
3
'cause we were like,
carafes were
"It's
coming
fine."
to the
Yeah,
coming
we were
to
like,
the,
oh, we'll get a
coming to the
carafe then,
table.
not a bottle.
thinking that you, because we thought we just assumed that you were a 25-year-old girl driving a Fiat, you know, with probably a French
true.
bulldog, you know, that would want to.
What's a French bulldog got to do with anything?
It's the Fiat thing. It's a Starbucks in hand Fiat.
What, like you're
And
not the
then,
one
and
who
then I
walked in
said I
with a
don't drink or
Starbucks.
have coffee.
I didn't say I haven't wanted a Fiat, but I didn't have a Fiat. I had a poor man's Fiat. I had a Ford Kia. It's got the same axle.
KA.
KA.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was like,
This tea has
that's
gone right to my head. Yeah,
She's
Ford
such a
KA.
He's like, there's a show I watched called Stath Lets Flats, and there's a quote from it where he's like, "Oh, this tea stuff is so addictive. I'm on about 1 cup a day now." That's literally Dot.
I can't even have the caffeine one.
No.
I get an eye
Yeah, you're
twitch.
giving me all the mum shit, but Meg over here is health and safety Meg and can't have
true.
Yeah,
caffeine.
she's health and safety Meg. You're my new mum.
Be a mum. Be a mum there.
No, in the best way. Like when we're picking blinds, my mum, first thing she says is ask Dot about most things that I ask her. She's
Well,
like,
fuck her.
"Why have you come to your actual mother?
Why not
Go
me?"
to your social media mother."
I'll be everyone's social media mother. Oh, what did I have? I tried it for a while until I had to move my bio around as big sister advice for DIY girlies. I was testing that out. It's gone now, but it was anyway.
You're just my tool shed.
Yeah.
Tool
I'll
shed,
be your tool shed.
advice, mum.
Talking of advice,
Oh yeah.
we actually do have a question from when we told everyone about this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of asked people. Actually, you had the clarity and brain space to think, should I actually ask
Yeah, I
people
did,
some
and
questions?
I'm the only one that didn't actually bring anything. I put it up on my story and then forgot to tell anyone about any of the questions that I got.
Well, sorry,
so
we've
it's
got
still
time.
in my phone for next time.
Well, look, someone very clever called Ava did actually comment on it, and we are going to answer her question. And I have it on a screen just over there, so that's where my eyes are going. She's asking, Ava Gardner, 28, thank you very much for commenting. How do you not get divorced while renovating? Which is a kind of question directed to me as the only one that is married here, but I think we can probably all answer it when I get the frog out my throat. But she says, jokes aside, I would love to hear how you all cope with living in a house that is being renovated and all the delays that come with it. I can't wait to listen. On whichever topic you choose, it will be fire. Well, Ava, you are the topic.
Love you.
So congratulations, you are fire. So first of all, you do mention about living in a house, which again, as we have mentioned today in this episode,
It's only
I
Dot.
am the only one who lives in the house.
It will be me soon.
It will be
yeah,
you soon.
Anna
but
and I are trying to move in.
Are you actually trying to move in?
Well, until we sell, obviously,
I didn't know that.
yeah. So if we put it up for sale tomorrow, which is obviously not going to happen,
Yeah.
there's going to be 2 to 3 months between
Yeah.
until it completes. So
Yeah.
why not? So we want
Yeah.
to move in, have movie nights, do barbecues.
Awesome.
Like we're going to invite all the tradespeople back and put on a barbecue for them and say thank you to everyone, which you guys will be a part of, obviously.
That's so cute.
No,
So we
makes me
just
wanna
want to
cry.
enjoy
I never
it,
considered
like
doing that.
before we have to then sell and buy another one and
do
go
another
back to
one.
the.
Yeah.
Well,
the
that is
dark
another
days.
thing is that, and it kind of goes into this question a little bit, but it's like trying to find the joy in it because it is really hard work, as you kind of said earlier, especially when things go wrong and the dust and the problems with like gas leaks and shit like that you don't want to be dealing with. But it is really stressful, and living in it's really hard, especially because of all the dust and living.
What is the worst thing? The dust.
The dust is actually probably the worst thing, I'd say. I mean,
It's so
I
mad.
haven't. You
Everyone
haven't given me
says that.
much time to think about it, but
Dust
yeah,
or the cold?
the cold's not great.
You
but
hated
we
the
had but we had heating at least upstairs.
Okay. But then you have holes downstairs.
But we had big holes downstairs, and we did that. That was just bad planning. I should have just been a bit more thoughtful, and that's actually something we can go into on more episodes of like, now that we know what we know, what order of things would we do things? If we
I
could,
had no idea.
No.
I had no idea.
if we could redo it, because sometimes you don't like Ava's mentioned, there are delays which are out of your control. But the first thing, Ava, I would say is listen to this podcast to get all your advice. I'm joking. Not really. How to
She
not
can't
get
help but
divorced.
plug herself.
I
That's
can't
just
help
Dot's
myself.
personality.
It's a skill.
She's such a saleswoman. Everything is, buy my guide. This is my podcast. Follow me. Love me.
Pick me, choose me, love me.
Yeah.
Please say you've seen Grays.
But I actually don't really have a piece of advice. I think it really helps, in at least my situation, that there is one person who does it all and the other person who doesn't. And that makes things so much easier because one
That's
person
interesting.
makes all the decisions, does all the work, is all really stressed, and the other person leaves that other person completely alone and just doesn't get in their way. I recently
So
did...
would you like to tell us who that is? Who does everything?
Who does everything in my house?
Who does everything in your house?
Arlo. No, I do everything in my house and my husband leaves me alone. And I love it. It's brilliant. It's a great partnership. I asked him to do something once because I wanted to just film it because he can't get that part right. And I had to redo it, the bit he did, because I'm a perfectionist. It's my own problem. It's me being a control freak.
I can understand.
I don't
that.
know if this would work for every relationship, but it works for yours.
But it's
Exactly.
funny that you've said that, because I never, like, when we had a brief look over the comment, Ava's comment earlier, I was thinking, 'cause obviously you've bought the property with your husband, you have bought a property with your fiance, and I've bought a property with my sister. So divorce isn't such a concern for me.
You're stuck.
We are related whether we like it or not. And my sister is not only my sister, she's my best friend in the whole world. So she and I, like, I was thinking about it, like, what is our relationship like? How does it affect our relationship? And I didn't realise it until just now, but the reason it works is because I take control.
Run it all.
I run it all.
This is what
I
I'm saying.
project manage the whole thing. Anya is along for the ride. There is the odd bit of tension when I am wanting more from her than she's able to give.
Yeah.
And her heart and soul isn't in it the way that mine is. And this,
Or
for
they haven't
me,
got the context, because that's part of the problem with any project, is that, like, because I don't know if anyone knows, I'm a project manager by trade. So like I've taken the role of project manager for the site, not in a construction sense really. Like I will be eventually, but we have got a building company on ours. So like, thank God for that. But if you don't have control over it, and say you're talking to the designer, which Dot's a designer, they won't have all the context that you've got of like, oh, well, that person's off sick and you can't do that yet and you don't know this, and oh, well, no, but that's what I was thinking about for this, and they don't know, but then you feel resentful that they don't know that if it's your partnership, whether it's your sister or husband or whatever.
And Anya's also, if I'm 25, she's 21, so for my lack of experience, there's also a further lack of experience, but also interest from Anya as to whether we choose this colour tile or that colour tile. She's kind of like, whatever you want is fine. And
which does also help, because I've got that, and I think you've got that generally, is that
someone else
the boys
has
will care,
such an
but
opinion,
not as much. If
It's
you both
so
really
funny.
care, I think that would make it very difficult.
I have done it so many times where I've gone, Steph, baby, I can't decide. Should we go cream or should we go green? And he goes, let's go cream. And I go,
no,
we're going to go green. You're wrong. He literally had a 50-50 chance of getting it right. And I tell you
But
right now,
what's weird is
100% chance of getting it wrong.
But also what's weird is it wasn't a right or wrong, it was an opinion. But Dot said no, there's a right answer.
Your opinion
to
is
it.
wrong.
An opinion isn't just an opinion anymore, it was a quiz.
I love it.
But with Anya, like, we, at the beginning, I think, because, I don't know, we didn't discuss, like, how much are we both going to be involved in this project? And Anya did have her reservations, but I think my just exuberance for the project just blocked it out, really. The Anya's reservations were, I have uni full-time. Yeah, I had uni full-time too. Did I ever go in? No. Did I ever really study? No. Turns out her degree is very different because it's medical. It's really serious that she knows her shit. So
yeah, she's doing
chiropractic.
Yeah.
So for me, I just took her full-time uni as my full-time uni, in which case I worked and I went out every night and it was fine. So I was thinking, well, Anya definitely has more time than she thinks. She's only at uni. And it's become very clear over the last year that that's not the case. So our only issues ever arise with me being like, can you come around and help? And she's like, sorry, I've got uni.
Yeah.
But like, it was a period of time where there was an adjustment period where I realised that Anya doesn't have the time to help me as much as I would like. And it's not even about help. It's just I love being with her and we have a great time together. So it's fine. I got over it. And that's the only real issue, because the rest of the time she just lets me get on with it. And I make the decisions and I project manage it and she's happy with that.
I think this will always be a problem in the sense that even if Anya actually even had the time, and I'm not saying that she wouldn't be, some people just aren't into DIY renovation, paint colours, tiles, grout. They don't give a shit, really. And, you know, Steph cares because it's like the same way I'm sure Anya cares. It's going to make her money. It's going to benefit her in some way. But he does not give a shit. And I care so deeply. Which moves us on brilliantly to what we're going to talk about in the next episode.
Which is what?
Me! Yay! And so once we've done that, I can leave because that's all I'm going to do.
For one episode, and it's the Dot episode.
Oh wait, are we not having every episode? No, I'm joking.
No, it might be.
Well, probably.
Sorry guys. But yeah, so we are going to talk about me, and I think this is brilliant by Miles and Frank because I'll get it all out of my system.
Will you?
No, but imagine if it was you guys' first.
I would go first.
But I want to
talk about my thing.
And so now I can like get it out of my system. You can put some tape across my mouth, and then you can talk about yourself, and it'll all feel fair. But yeah, so next episode, it's all about the faffing nest. I'll talk about why I'm called the faffing nest. Talk about the house, how we bought it, why we bought it, what our plans are for the next house, because there's actually something I can
big exciting news.
talk about.
Really?
And the rest will just filled with me and my voice and silence from left and right of me.
Yeah, if you watch on the YouTube channel, you'll actually see that Meg and I next week will have tape over our mouths.
Yeah.
And
hands behind your back.
Yeah, and then if you're on Spotify, you'll be like, oh, why is Heather and Meg not talking? Turns out
because she's locked in Dot's basement,
held hostage,
she's not allowed to talk.
So that Dot can really get it all out.
But also, if you come and watch on YouTube, guess who else will be here?
Oh yes, little massive-headed Arlo.
Arlo will be here.
He might also load up from Spotify, depending on how much noise he makes.
Yeah, he may
yeah.
be quite noisy. We should get him a mic, and then he can just have an ASMR
of him
podcast on his
snoring,
own, and then
well, no, he does silent farts, so we'll make it very clear that he's farted. You won't hear it on the
I hadn't
mic.
thought about that side of things. Maybe we shouldn't have him on the podcast.
No, wrong.
I'm the furthest from him, so I'm fine.
And the final thing to say before we go is I will bring a secret drink next week.
I don't like the look in your eyes.
I'm scared.
I've already decided you're going to love it.
You've decided that I'm going to love it.
I know you. I know. I was really worried the boys were going to bring it. So when I saw the pink prosecco, well, that was a very good choice, boys. It's not what I'm bringing, and I'm really excited.
I'm also really excited for you guys to see mine, and I really hope that you get on board with it.
Okay.
Well, if you get on board with mine, I'll get on board with yours.
Can't guarantee anything.
You'll like mine, so it's fine. I don't trust either of you.
But yes, thank you so much for listening and watching today. We have very much enjoyed doing this. I'm sorry that things were a little bit stale at the beginning. We were getting kind of into the swing of things. I think we were being too polite to each other, and we weren't really being our natural selves.
Yeah.
But
it's hard to do this. I don't know if anyone's ever sat
finding it
with a
very
big
easy
old
now.
mic in front of you
I've never
with
seen a mic so big.
lights and cameras and
quite phallic,
people looking at you
isn't
while
it?
you're having a conversation. It's terrifying, but we got over it.
We got over it.
Got
so
over it, and we got there.
please don't let that make you not come next week. It's Sundays.
I might not come next week, actually.
You
Yeah.
better fucking come next week.
Arlo can take your seat.
Actually, yeah, fine. No, joking. It's gonna come back around on Sunday at 10 a.m. We'd love to see you there.
And please like, comment, subscribe, all that things. Follow us. Do
If
all
you-
those things.
You
ding
need
the
to
bell,
review. You need to
whatever
review,
it
otherwise
is.
we can't stay.
Oh,
These
yeah.
guys won't let us hang out for any longer if you don't review and like this.
Yes.
They literally will kick us out.
Yeah, we'll be done.
I can't work out if Miles was doing that because he was saying shut the fuck up. Or, no, we will actually cut you off. That one.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. And we'll catch you next week.
Bye.